Hey, what's up guys? It's that one kid here with a tier 6 game on the patch 9.1 version of Komarin. I'm here in my SU-100 tier 6 Russian tank destroyer. And I'm going over to the west flank here to see what support I can give, because on the patch 9.1 version of Komarin, the west was really, well, quite honestly, a lot more fun than it is now. But we'll get into that later. You can see here I have some support in the form of that SU-100Y and that Hellcat. And right now I'm just going over this bridge here. So I'm moving up here into the bushes to see what kind of support I can give. And we spot a medium tank. The Hellcat gets a good shot into him, and I manage to take the kill. And I move up even further into some bushes behind this little church here. And right now I'm just waiting for targets to pop up in front of me. And you can see here that we have a tank destroyer up in front, and I'm backing off in order to get a better shot at him. You can see here I go behind these bushes here, and I'm always careful to stay behind bushes, as they do offer extra camo for everything. And now I'm just waiting for that tank destroyer to reappear. And I start to turn, but then and then a heavy tank shows up, and I switch my fire. That would be the Tog. I'm looking for a shot on him, and it seems as though both the Hellcat and I get a shot on him at the same time, which is nice. We managed just to take off half of his health very quickly, and the Hummel gets the kill. I do also apologize for the cursor in the middle of the screen. I was not aware that that was there while I was recording. Anyway, so I'm just sitting here waiting to have other things to shoot at. You can see right now, very quiet. Not a lot of stuff is going on anywhere. And then we spot this heavy tank over on the middle island here, but I do not have a shot on him. And I back up just a little bit around here because I feel that I may have been spotted because I knocked over that fence. And then we spot yet another heavy tank. Looks like the VK 3001H. So I move around this church to get some cover from him. And now we're just waiting. And you can see there I had a bit of a donk moment. I ran right into the church, probably giving away my position to the enemy artillery. Now this Hellcat and I are just staked out here, waiting to ambush any tanks that would be foolish enough to come this way. And you can see there, a heavy tank reappears. The Hellcat gets a good shot into him, but I do not have a quick enough aiming time. So I'm just waiting here for him to pop back out. And this Hellcat, you can see here, is retreating, which was not a bad idea, just so that he could get some distance between him and that heavy. So if the situation arose, he would spot him before the heavy could see where he was. And you can see the game is very close now. And the enemy reappears, and I managed to take him out. A good roll of 301. And I back off as well, as I know I would have been spotted. And it seems as though we have killed everything on this flank, and unfortunately that Hellcat drowned trying to get around to back up the base. Unfortunately there. So I'm all alone, and I feel that I've dealt with all the threats on this flank. So I go over to the east side now to see how I can help with that. And on my way over there, I spot an enemy tank, but he's taken out very quickly. Now I'm just moving along here, and I see that there's another tank spotted up on that middle hill there, so I'm trying to give some support to the artillery. He's running away as quickly as he can, and that enemy tank destroyer is in pursuit, obviously unaware that I am here to back up that FV304. You can see me here pre-aiming from the direction I think he will be coming from. And now we're starting to lose 9-10, which is not good. And you can see there that our FV304 managed to get a blind shot on that M4, who is very upset about that for obvious reasons. And now this FV304 comes racing down, and I managed to take him out very quickly. But I see that the enemy still does have 2 artillery, and I would have been spotted from that. So I back off, and there's that tank destroyer from earlier. It is a AT-2. Luckily, I managed to penetrate his frontal armor, which is very tough. But unfortunately, our FV304 gets artilleried by the enemy AMX-13 F3. So right now I'm retreating back to some friendly tanks here, just so that I could have some cover if we need to make a stand here. And you can see me here communicating with my team, saying that we should go around the east flank, me and this KV-1S here. Do so. You can see me here going through this forest just to keep as much concealment between me and any enemies that may be looking this way as possible. You can see not a lot going on here. We're just moving along. That KV-1S out in front. and an artillery and an AMX-40 behind, defending the base. And me, sort of in the middle, following this KV-1S. I stop here, almost, but the KV-1S manages to take out the birch gun before I can even bring my gun to bear on him, so I keep moving. And then you can see that AMX-40 there asking if he should scout, and I tell him no, protect the arty. And you can see that now we're being capped, which is unfortunately caused me to go back. And luckily, one of our friendlies has managed to reset the cap from 20 points back down to 0, giving me more time to get back there and deal with the threat. And you can see the AMX-40 apologizing, but there was really nothing he could have done there. He did his best, as you'll see. So I'm racing as quickly as I can back to the cap, and that KV-1S on our team starts to capture the enemy base. And now I go through this town just to keep as much cover and concealment from the enemy as I can. You can see now that the enemy has capped almost 50%, which is not good. You can see me there just using as much cover and concealment as possible as I come down here. And then finally I managed to spot the AT-8 who was capping the base, and luckily here I get a shot into him, killing him for all of his health. But as you could see, even if I had not, our artillery would have very easily been able to derp him from the top and reset the cap as well. So, you can see me there thanking my team for congratulating me. And that KV-1S still continuing the cap. It looks like he stopped for a moment. And now I'm just going down the western flank, when I spot the enemy artillery. And I stop here to see if I have a shot on him. I do not, so I move forward. And the scumbag just rounds himself. So, that wasn't very nice. And if I had gotten that kill, that would have been a Top Gun. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. See you next time. Bye.